I got fired from Chick-fil-A. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know, but my video on 6 reasons why you shouldn't work at Chick-fil-A blew up. I'll put it right here. All right, so anyway, it was going good. It was, I was going to work. I was scheduled at 6 a.m. All right, so I go and I get down and I notice that my 2 managers are here, right? And I'm just like, I was like, that's kind of weird, right? Because they're scheduled at 8. So I'm like, what are you doing here, right? All right, so I go, I clock in, I put my bag down, I put my drink down, and as I'm gonna go to the front because I was scheduled on window, tell me why, I hear the manager from the back, and then they're like, oh, like, can you come to the office real quick? And I was like, okay. So I go to the office and I'm sitting down there and they're like, so how do you feel about this job? And I was like, of course I had to lie about it. I was like, oh, like, I love this job, like, I think this job is for me, like, I feel like I'm really good at my job, blah, 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 right? And so they're like, right? And then they're like, well, we saw your video. And I'm like, you didn't have to gaslight me like that, though. And they're like, oh, well, we saw your video and too many people saw it. And mind you, I had posted that on Sunday and it literally only lasted till Sunday, Monday, and then I got fired on Tuesday. So many people saw it. People are not gonna want to work at Chick-fil-A because of your videos, so you're kind of like de-influencing like the company. And I'm like, well, I'm low-key kind of like warning these people, right? Like, if that's my problem, I'm like, I'm just stating the facts, okay? So yeah, so it only lasted like until Tuesday and I got fired. It's time to look for a better job. I'm like, no.
All right, we're seeing this video and all smiles and happiness like it's nothing. She's entertaining herself. It's like laughing, smirking, and smiling. But the reality is, you got a job at an organization that paid you a hourly wage, and to come in there, it's a great organization. I like Chick-fil-A myself too, um, as well as my son. I wanted him to work there at Chick-fil-A because I like a lot of their principles as far as their merit-based system, working for the organization, teaching them how to be disciplined, time management, leadership skills, how to be organized, working pace, understanding time-sensitive orders. I like their customer service, teaching them quality customer service. They greet you when you come in. There's a lot of restaurants do not greet you. Just come in, they buy something, and leave. This organization is teaching these young Americans and everyone that works the organization. Uh, I'm talking from we in America. I'm talking from that perspective. Um, to teach anyone to work on these principles, these positive principles. And this young lady here, now I thought she was going to say something outstanding or against Chick-fil-A, but she's just young. She's just young. She got a lot of growing to do, a lot of development to do, um, and she seems happy. But you lost your job. You're young. You lost your job. You lost a lot of opportunity, and you work hard to apply for the job, interview for the job. I know that because when my son was young, I tried to get him to apply there. He went through the interview process, a 2-step interview process, um, and he didn't end up getting a job. And I don't think he was at that particular time totally ready, or he wanted to go work there. I think he wanted to work more at a movie theater, and he had some of his friends from school that was working there. So I think his energy was more leaning towards that. So his mindset wasn't really focused. Where the interviewer might have picked up on that and said, "You're not ready right now. Maybe in the near future." He was 16 or 17 or some of that age, and so I'm glad they got. I was there with him interviewing. I sit to the side, ate some food, and I was just listening to the questions and what they would say. And I liked how they interview. They actually want to see what the young people think, how they can support them. And I actually told our manager, the interviewer, that. So listen to this young lady. I thought she was going to say something different. I'm sad that she lost her job, but this is a learning lesson. But you don't do what you're saying you did. And if you did, matter of fact, let's just look and see what she did that caused her to lose her job from Chick-fil-A. I found the video and I want to look at it and see what do you guys think. Was it reasonable? All the smiling she's doing, all this entertainment she's doing, and at the end of the day, and she said, she lied to them. Like, I really like this job. I had to. And then when they called her out and explained what she did, and she says something about gaslighting her. No, they're telling you what you did. They ask you, why do you enjoy working here? Do you like working at Chick-fil-A? They're trying to figure out what's her response. If she was been honest, they probably would have gave her a chance. But she just started saying not being honest. And then on this video, she's actually indicating what had happened in the discipline board meeting with the staff, with the management. So she describes her well. She's very intelligent, very articulative, but the response is just different. I'm amazed. But let's watch this video and find out what she really thought, what she said. So here we go.
Number one, no PTO. Okay, so I don't get PTO, at least in my store. I don't know about any other Chick-fil-A. I'm so curious about that, so let me know. Reason number two, you cannot have no facial hair. Your hair cannot be dyed. For all my baddies out there, no nails, no lashes. Reason number three, Chick-fil-A is filled of favoritism. It has crazy favoritism. Like, this is like the only job that I ever like went through this. So I would have to say, that's a big factor at working at Chick-fil-A. Reason number four, going outside in 90-degree weather. It just feels like you're gonna pass out. You get me? We also have to go outside in rainy conditions, so you're gonna have to be wearing like this big pod. It looks like a minion. It looks very embarrassing, and your feet are gonna be getting wet. Reason number five, I had to pay for everything, so I had to pay for my uniform. Reason number six, strict point system. So at my Chick-fil-A, there's gonna be 12 points. If you have no excuse for calling in, that is gonna be 3 points. So you already know that's gonna add up, all right? So 7 points, you're gonna get a warning. And then 8, it's like suspension for like a whole week. And then 12, you're fired. That's why you need to take this into consideration working at Chick-fil-A, guys.
What more can I say? What more can I say? She just named that what a good organization would do, how they can verbally and written go through a process to show you why they will let you go. And she says 3 points for not calling in. So if it's 12 points, it was 3 points for not calling. They give you 4 chances to not to call in. If you don't call in, the last is terminated. They actually give you 3. You still keep the job. You have a week off, as she said, a week of disciplinary action, saying you're not calling when you're not showing up and not calling. That's good. That's principle based, and they write you up to let you know about this, what's happening, why they give you this warning, this evaluation on your performance. This is merit-based system. That's great. It's going to teach you. It keeps you aware, make you reflect. Do you want to work here? Do you want to work a job? This job they hire you because they need you to work. They need you to be there. So that's not negative. That's not a negative. That's positive. The uniform clean cut. They let you know up front, because some companies, if they don't say nothing, you do something to your hair or something, and they don't like it for their aesthetic of their business model. If they already hire you, it's hard to get you out because of so many rules and laws that we have in our society now. Now, if they tell you up front, this is how it is, then you already know. Like she said, her baddies and all this. Come on, come on. Why are we doing wear long nails? You might scratch the customers grabbing a credit card or something with them nails and stuff, or their food puncture their food with nails. So they're trying to protect their interest in their company. Cut the bag with the nails. I don't know what you can do. It's multiple things. I've seen things done with women with long nails. Hey, that's your prerogative. But if you're on a job, a company might not want that. It might not be how they want to present their face to the public. So they let you know ahead of time not to do that. So there's nothing wrong with that. You notice before you get the job. So when you got the job, why did you go and talk about them after? This doesn't make sense. Anybody, leave a comment down below if you think it makes sense. So all these points, she's favoritism. How do you know that? That is your perspective. That's your opinion. You don't know necessarily if there are favoritism in the company. You say there's a lot of favoritism there allegedly. That's your view. Everyone have a different view. How do you know that's what it is? That is your opinion. That's your personal perspective. That's fine. You can have it, but don't go on a public platform, social media platform, and tell us the public that now you putting things in our minds that make us look at Chick-fil-A a little different. Or now I never had that experience. I never seen them favoritism, but I haven't worked for uh, Chick-fil-A. I've been to Chick-fil-A so many times. So that's not to say. So maybe there was a good point where like 90-degree weather, that is part of it. I've seen young people out there in rainy weather and 90-degree weather taking orders if they get super busy. So that might be a function of their business model. But that's up to them. That's if that's you choose to take the job. You got construction people work outside. You got people that work out in different fields, and you got cowboys, ranchers. There's a lot of people work outside in the public. If that's not a job you want, do not take it, because everybody knows Chick-fil-A have people that go out and take with a remote thing, take orders. So I don't see nothing negative with the company for protecting their interests in their business model. I wish this young lady the best. I wish her much success in her life, and I hope this is a learning lesson for her, and she improves and move on. But I'm glad Chick-fil-A not taking it any other level, and I'm thankful for this young lady. Have a great learner. I wish her the best. Find a great, better job, in her opinion, and learn from this experience. And don't take it as a negative. What's your comments? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'd like to hear from you.